Mortgage Pros, thank you for joining and welcome to this week's Pro Performance. My name is Borieo and I'm here with Thomas Seelbinder, Head of Product over at Model Match. We're going to be diving into Model Match a little later in the show, but for the short time I've been working with Thomas and his team, I'm thoroughly impressed. Thomas, tell us a little about yourself and your career up to this point.
Yeah, love being here. Appreciate being here. Yeah, Thomas Seelbinder, head of product over at Model Match. Been with Model Match since day one. That goes back to 2014. Been working with mortgage real estate data since 2017, so the early days. So have been around this data, been in this data um, since it became available. Really.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
working with your team has been awesome. As for myself, I'm one of our Founders Club account executives. Started in the industry at 19 years old as a young pup as a loan officer, promoted into being a sales director at 21, and then got asked to come over to this side of the business and help grow this channel. And what I can say is I am absolutely in love with this side of it, the wholesale side, helping businesses grow, helping our team grow. And really, it's showing me how I can take what I've learned as a leader and as a sales professional and show our partners to help their journey grow and help them kind of propel their business. So it's awesome to be here. Thankful for the team having us both. Listen, this week's
Yeah.
Pro Performance is going to be about our May purchase power play. 70 days ago, we came at you at Ignite Live and we promised we're going to deliver a new power play month over month. On top of that, we also promised our partner promises. So some of my favorites are on the screen, right? One, two, and three. It's your business on who you do business with because optionality is a superpower of mortgage partners in the wholesale space, having options to go where they want to go. Your clients being your clients, this is a promise just to protect your book of business. And then like full pricing transparency, no surprises. I love that we put this in front of partners. I love that we talk about this every day. But this week, we're going to dive into one that we haven't talked a ton about, which is number five. Helping everyone home means everyone, right? So we allow you to expand how you structure deals, allowing you to serve more borrowers, win more scenarios, and create more opportunities from the business that you already are generating. Thomas, from hearing like the partner promises aspect, seeing what you know that you can provide, like what's going on in your head with model match and this type of stuff?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question. And it all comes down to identifying those that you want to build a relationship with that are aligned with your current book of business, and then ultimately where you want to drive your business forward. So when we're looking for referral partners, we're out there understanding what their business is, being able to keep that super narrow, and knowing that when we go into those conversations, we have the answers to the questions that we're going to ask, and we already know that we're 75% aligned with that referral partner in our area.
Yeah. I mean, to see the company kind of reframe our motto or our mantra as helping everyone home, it's been such a culture change internally. Now that we're putting it out there for our partners, getting it in front of our partners, it's so like heartwarming to see. And then to back it up with some of these power plays that we're doing really just shows how aligned we are as a company. So, May, we're talking about the Pro Power Play, this month's Pro Power Play. We really what we did is we took what was working and we added to it. So most lenders, they're going to roll out updates and they're going to call it value. What we're doing here is completely different. It's about helping you assist more families with the same team in the same market without adding any friction. Everything on this pro performance leads up to one idea: extend what's working, expand where you're capped, and enable you to execute at a higher level. So let's talk about the first piece: extend. What does that mean? This is literally extending what's working. This group of mortgage professionals on this call are showing the mortgage industry what is possible. While purchase applications are down across the board, this group saw a massive month over month increase. We've stacked our pricing. We stacked 100 basis points in total, 60 basis points specifically built for applicable purchase business, and then an additional 40 basis points for our friends using a Compass related real estate agents. In this market, people aren't losing deals by a mile. It is inch by inch they're losing deals. And we know that the inches that we have are everywhere around us. So when we tighten pricing in these buckets, especially across conventional, FHA, VA, what we're really doing is we're increasing your pull through, giving your real estate agent partners confidence when you're competing, when they're writing offers, and helping you win deals, assist families you're already in the position to win. This isn't new business. This is protecting and converting what's already in your pipeline. The next piece, this is a twofer, my favorite. Expand. Go where you normally can't go. Expand into the non-QM market. This is where most shops are going to hit a ceiling. You've got deals that are going to be high income, self-employed, complex borrowers, and they either fall out or they get sent to like a referral, like somewhere else. And as a mortgage professional, Thomas, you probably even know this, our biggest expense is fallout, bottom line. Loans that we think
100%.
are going to close that do not. So how do we turn no's into yeses? We expand our reach, right? So a part of the expansion is going to be in the non-QM and the DSCR space. So we're going to see higher loan amounts. We're going to see bigger cash out flexibility in these products, higher DTI tolerance, and then we're going to get into occupancy. So like secondary homes, vacation homes are now in play. So in plain terms, you can stop saying no or not here, and you can start saying, yes, we can do that. New revenue without new lead flow. Same relationships, but more opportunity per client. As for the DSCR space, they're pretty similar, but there's a big one that can help us in the everyday business, right? So we see the same type of expansion with loan amounts. We see the same type of expansion with cash out. But for the short-term rentals, we can now use the AIR DNA. So for people buying an investment property to do a VRBO or Airbnb, no free shout-outs, but you know what I'm saying? They can use this AIR DNA report to help these loans close, which is huge because we weren't competing in this lane and now we are. So it's a big deal. The last piece is where you come into play, my friend, and we'll talk about this shortly, is enable. Like I said, most lenders are going to roll out a product and they're going to say, have at it. What we're doing is we're going to turn that into actually assisting families into homes. So we built this completely different. We have a partner playbook you're all going to have access to. You're going to have model match strategies that Thomas is going to go over. We have ready-to-use email, text outreach, and plenty of resources on the Marketing Hub that you can start using today. It's not about just giving it to you. It's about speed to execution, and it's about getting deals done, starting right after this call. So listen, circling through all of that info, it's really just three basic concepts. Extend what's working, expand so we can unlock new deals that you're not able to do, and enable you to execute at a very, very high level. So now we're going to talk to you, my friend, about Model Match. Let's just give a brief overview of what this thing is.
Yeah, absolutely. So Model Match is, born out of the business development side of the industry. When data comes around, we invest heavily in the real estate side of the data, the mortgage side of the data, really providing that market intelligence, a full suite across the board, understanding what loan officers or real estate agents are active in your market, who are they working with, what type of borrowers are they working with, ultimately to put you in a position where you can identify the agents that you should be most focused on to effectively grow your business versus the shotgun approach of every agent with a pulse is in my realm. We're really able to narrow down who's on our target list. Who do we want to grow our business with because of the alignment that we have with our borrowers?
Who you want to work with, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What like other than just real estate agents? I know there's more to it. What else can you have accessibility to with this product or
Yeah,
this
no,
platform, I
100%.
should say?
All the way across the board, from the real estate agent side to the loan officer side, competitor intelligence, understanding what your competitors are doing from that front, all the way down to market reports. So better understanding what's happening in your market from application all the way through funded. Literally a ton of really impactful information that's packaged up nicely and just really easy to follow.
Sure, sure. Now I know how mortgage professionals are. We get a little bit leery with new products and new systems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me your best, like what's different? Why is this different than what I already have? Why does this make this more elite than what I already have?
Yeah, it's a really great question, and you're absolutely right. Our North Star has always been and will continue to be ease of use, flexibility, and affordability,
Yeah,
right? It has to be easy to use. It has to be flexible enough where you can take action on it, and it has to be affordable. It has to align with where you are as an originator, as a broker, and so on and so forth. And so, Model Match really stands out in that sphere.
yeah, absolutely. I know we're going to get into a little bit in a second, but for me as an account executive working with partners all over the country, it's kind of hard to keep track of where their business is. So I could just imagine if I'm a broker owner that's licensed in multiple states, trying to navigate where I'm closing loans at, where I'm in a hot place or where I'm, have a footprint in. It's hard. It's hard to track. It's hard to keep track of. And this system allows us to do that and then go like 13 steps further than that to find, okay, who else is doing business there? What agents are there?
Yeah.
Where are borrowers at? What type of borrowers doing in that market to get an overview? So I know you prepared something for us. We're going to do a live demo. We're going to look in
Yeah.
how to connect this May Power play into Model Match to be able to go access some agents. So you want to take it from here?
Let's jump right in. Yeah, absolutely. So in model match, it's really easy. As I mentioned, we have access to a lot. We can go ahead, we can pull up one of our, for an AE, we can pull up one of our partners. We can pull up their profile, type in their name, NMLS ID. It's really simple to then drill into, let's go find their top county.
Yeah.
Where is most of their business taking place, right? So I can see all their counties. Let's grab the county name here. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to jump over and I want to search inside of that market because ultimately we want to find the agents that are active in that market. So we can go to county. We'll go ahead and we'll paste in that county, click it. We run that search. We're looking at all the agents that are in that area. So I want to look at all the agents with the office location. So they're physically sitting in that location, right? We have a lot of filters here. Average loan amount right into the jumbo, right? We're looking at the average loan amount, which is fantastic. We can see, of course, they're buyer side heavy. So we're going to tack that on there too. And then we also want to look at that Compass group. So let's look at every agent under that Compass umbrella. In just a few seconds, we can build up that list and we can export that list. And you can see right here, CSV or Excel, just that quickly are you able to build up a list of all the agents that you should be most focused on, lining right up with this power play.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible, right? Like if I really want to make a target to increase my purchase business, I know I'm getting some pricing from a lender. I want to
Yeah,
go look at what real estate agents are really, number one, there in the market, not, in Seattle that close a couple loans in Florida, but they're there in the market, hitting the
right.
ground running. I can go introduce myself. I say, I do a lot of business in this county. You've probably seen some of my loan estimates show up. Maybe we could start a working relationship. Let me show you what I have to offer just on the pricing aspect. Then I'll get into my business on how I operate. So you know your buyers are taken care of, and then you're going to learn about me, right? So huge
Yep.
just piece there to step into. And the other thing I like that you did is like obviously we just expanded into loan amounts. You can sort on this thing from loan amount. What realtors are doing higher values versus lower values, so it's relevant. You're not stumbling into a real estate agency and saying, "Hey, I'm the best jumbo, loan officer," when they do loan amounts at 200,000. So you can get
Right.
hyper specific with this, right?
Super hyper specific. Yeah,
Good
and
word,
it's
eh?
yeah, yeah, and it's really aligning it with what that desired outcome that you have of why are you looking at these particular agents. A lot of time is spent trying to engage with potential referral partners that you're
Yeah,
simply not aligned with.
yeah. And the other piece that I saw there is this export feature. I mean, now AI is jumping into our business left and right. We know this. So with that, I saw you could get people's names, you can get their, telephone number, email, social media links. You could easily just take that, leverage something like we have, like Navigate, where we have this lead scanner and treat it like, hey, I want to set up an outreach play for these agents. And you could easily start crafting emails through like a GPT or a Claude. You can use it through Navigate, and you can start introducing yourself at a very, very high clip versus the old school. Let me go stumble into an office with a box of donuts, which we know just doesn't work anymore, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're getting hyper personalized, but you're actually leading with the fact, right?
Yeah,
You're actually leading with the fact that you already know that
massive,
you're aligned. You're already coming into that conversation well prepared. Just those two items alone will make you stand out amongst the crowd.
massive.
Absolutely.
So like
Massive.
the other piece that I'm thinking here is inside of my own business. If I'm a mortgage broker or a broker owner, with this piece, I saw you dive into the county that I'm doing business in, like we talked about before. But like it's going to tell you volume, it's going to tell you where you're doing those loans at, the places maybe you thought you were that you can, maybe step it up. I mean, such a big piece. I can go on and on. I know you definitely can. I use this
Yeah.
every single day. But listen, thank you for going through that. If you had to give our partners one piece of advice about like utilizing data, utilizing something like Model Match, where do you think that takes them in 2026?
Yeah, that's a really deep question, and we
Sure.
could definitely go on for that one with that one for quite some time. The power players that are really winning with data being what drives the decision are the ones that are able and have the flexibility to actually take action on that data. So it's not just that we're out there looking at numbers on a screen, it's that we're looking at those numbers, we're diving into whether it's the borrowers, whether it's the other originators that they work with, whether they're bank LOs or retail LOs or broker LOs, understanding before we even pick up the phone, before we send the text, before we send that email, we already know that we are right aligned with this referral partner. We have borrowers that we can bring to them and make that referral. We can give back to that referral partner, knowing that they have the experience with the same type of borrowers that we have the experience with. And it's that alignment, right? It's not
Yeah.
just here's the 1,000 agents, let me hit them and see what works. It's getting super narrow with what our target is and then what we want to get out of our own business, where we want to take our business, and the data, letting the data drive that focus.
Yeah, I mean, alignment. I was just talking with a partner, and he's going to know exactly who it is when I say this. It's really now we're moving to this place where it's ready, aim, fire
Yeah.
versus just shooting from the hip, right? Like for the
Mhm.
longest time, people were shooting from the hip, trying to see what works, and this lets
Yeah.
you really get aggressive with who you want to work with based off of the data. You guys should work together pretty well, and then
Yep.
now you have the data to support it. Where I mean, let's face it, 10 years ago, a mortgage professional really doesn't have any idea what's going on internally without keeping track themselves. So this is a very, very big piece. We went through a lot today. Obviously, we went through pretty quick, but if I'm looking back this, how I'm going to review the whole pro performance today is this May power play can positively impact our business every single day. We've seen a massive increase month over month just based off the pricing. Now take the pricing extended to June 1st and expand in these other products. It can impact today with loans that are in your pipeline, leads that you're talking to, agents that you're talking to today. And then what else you can go into is what model match can do for your business. If it's working right now, think about what it can do in the county next over, in the state next over if you're getting licensed. And you could take it and replicate it and then scale it. So like the two match up very, very well. I think it's a way for people to take that next step in their business. And we've kind of prepared what those next steps looks like, the actionable commitments of what that looks like if I'm a newer loan officer or a broker owner watching this. Number one, if you go into the portal, our Rocket Pro portal, you go right to the marketing hub, you're going to see the May Power Play playbook. We lay this thing out for you so specific on how to go to the next steps of starting working with it. Number two is reach out to your AE like myself with any questions you have about this, whether it's model match or the actual purchase power play. And then I'll tee up number three for you, Thomas.
Yeah.
Number three is like
Go to
is right up, sign up with the vendor
the
marketplace. It's
go to the
in there
vendor
for you.
marketplace. Go to the vendor marketplace, click on model match, get a model match account. I might be a little bit biased here, Will, but I think it's a
Yeah.
no-brainer for you to be able to use data to drive your focus. So much time is wasted in the wrong pockets. And with this May Power Play, it falls right in line with using that data, driving the May Power Book playbook, and you can ultimately build up a nice solid list of those potential referral partners in your area that you should absolutely be engaging with.
I know we talked on the side. This isn't a part of this whole pro performance, but we've talked about it. Obviously, your account executive has access to this and they can walk you through. But you were talking in the near future, potentially doing something where you do like a live, like lunch and learn or something virtual where people can come check it out and you can run through this. So if we get anything like
Yep,
that from you, we'll get it out to the team and let people know about it, which is going to be a good thing. But
absolutely.
I think that's it for us. So join us next week. We have another Pro Performance coming at you. This is going to be turning another system into a connected. So Jupiter is our LOS and turning it into a connected system. Same time next week, May 14th. I want to thank all of you for joining today. I want to thank you for the partnership. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Have a great week, great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Appreciate it.